Hello YouTube friends, ladies, gentlemen and peeps, welcome back. I'm your host Peter Reacts, or welcome if you're new to my channel. I hope everyone is well and having a good week so far. And today is Thursday, and that's Throwback Thursday, people. Yes. Let me bring up the window so you can see what I will be reacting to. Here we go in just a second. And as you can see, I will be reacting to a video called Could Humans Survive the Dinosaur-Killing Asteroid? Featuring @Lemino. Okay, this pops up on my recommendation feed. I'll put it in full screen, quality is fine, captions are on, and the volume is good. Okay, so yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy, grab your favourite beer, beverage, pop soda, tea, coffee. You know the drill by now, as always. Got my tea. Cheers. Cheers. I love the history about the dinosaurs and the asteroid, comets and space and all that stuff, and so yeah, this should be interesting. So yeah, without any further ado, diddly day, shall we jump right into this, shall we? Okay, let's do this. In 3, 2... Supported by Ground News.
66 million years ago, the worst day in the history of life
66 million years ago. And yeah, this was uploaded 10 months ago by the YouTube channel Melody Sheep. Almost 2 million views. They're over 3 million subscribers. I'll put a link in the description below so you can click on it, check it out, subscribe and do all that good stuff. Let's help them get to 4 million.
The killer came from the south at a sharp angle,
from the south,
hurtling toward Earth at 3 times the speed of a bullet.
So could humans live the same asteroid?
The impact carried more explosive power than 10 billion atomic bombs.
10 million atomic bombs.
For over 20 minutes, the entire Earth became hotter than a broiling oven as molten debris rained down, igniting global wildfires. The resulting earthquakes are thought to have triggered volcanic eruptions around the globe, blanketing Western India in lava.
Western India in lava.
The final blow came as giant clouds of dust shrouded the Earth, starving life of sunlight for up to 15 years.
15 years, no sunlight. That's crazy, yeah. A grey Earth. A hot grey Earth.
Charred landscapes turned to frozen ones. In the aftermath, 75% of all species went extinct. But a lucky few somehow made it through.
Alligators.
Crocodiles, which can go months without food, took to the water and were mostly unscathed, feeding off dead matter that washed downriver. Birds with teeth went extinct, but those with beaks used them as multi-tools to access hardy food sources like seeds. Most critically, our tiny shrew-like mammal ancestors survived by doing what they did best: hiding out in the safety of the shadows. How would we fare compared to them if we faced the same apocalypse?
So it would hit in America,
What if the same asteroid struck again, in the same place, at the same angle? Would humans cling on, or go the way of the dinosaurs?
asteroid strikes back. Chapter 1. A strike without warning.
In a flash, Central America and the southern United States would be vaporized by the blast.
Jeez.
100 million people would perish within seconds.
Surely
the sound
it
of
would
the
be
impact
billion.
alone would be enough to kill anyone standing 1,500 kilometers away. Within minutes, magnitude 9 to 11 earthquakes would ripple across the Earth,
Wow.
stronger than any in recorded history. Giant 100-meter-tall tsunamis would scour the coasts and flood up to 100 kilometers inland,
Well, we wouldn't make it in
enough to drown
England.
over
We'd
3
be
billion people.
covered in massive high tidal waves,
The bulk of
tsunamis.
debris would fall on the United States, putting hundreds of millions more at risk. For anyone far enough away, the quaking would send a violent message: to get underground before the molten rains came.
Radiation.
There are millions of fallout shelters scattered around the world, including hundreds of thousands in Switzerland alone. And underground cities around the world,
Greenland,
like
Hawaii.
Dedinkuru in Turkey and
Turkey?
Nujabad in Iran, could provide safe haven for millions.
New Zealand has got
Between
quite
these
a
and
lot.
other makeshift shelters like mines and subways, it's conceivable that billions of people could survive the initial effects of the blast.
58 hours.
But even assuming they weren't destroyed in the violent earthquakes, few of these shelters are designed to be self-sufficient for periods of months or years. Fiery debris and acid rain would fall from the sky for years after the impact, making any open-air activity possibly deadly for long periods.
Greenhouse warming. The highest.
Only a small number of high-tech doomsday bunkers built by world governments and the ultra-rich would offer long-term protection. The Raven Rock Mountain Complex in Pennsylvania, maintained by the US government, is said to contain 3-story buildings and its own water reservoirs, with enough space to house thousands of people. But the exact contents are unknown to the public. Other major nations are believed to have similar contingency bunkers, making it possible that major world governments would continue to exist, at least in the short term. The ultra-rich have recently taken up citizenship in New Zealand, which is geographically ideal for self-sufficiency, and numerous luxury bunkers have been constructed across the country, some with years of provisions. But the biggest challenge to survival would be the long game.
Definitely. Smoke cloud.
The all-consuming dust cloud would cause crops to fail worldwide. Food stocks would eventually deplete, and freshwater sources would become contaminated by poison rain.
Almost 5 years after impact.
Famine would become the #1 killer, with a potential death toll in the billions. But even in this harsh post-impact environment, we could find ways to adapt.
Fungi.
Some could potentially survive by harvesting fungi, which don't rely directly on sunlight to survive, and proliferate widely after deadly fires. Over time, the climate would swing from cold to hot as excess carbon dioxide ejected from the blast trapped heat.
Decades.
With ingenuity and grit, small groups could live on, scraping by through a mixture of rationing, scavenging, and attempts at makeshift agriculture. but human existence would be a shadow of what it once was. Without any advanced warning, our hopes would be grim.
Yeah. What if we had
But what if we knew it was coming?
Prepare.
How would we prepare for the unimaginable?
Yeah. Come on, load the advert already. Very interesting so far. Comment down below what you think of the documentary so far. Come on. Sorry about this. Hello? Come on. There we go. I did not want it there. .144p
Was coming.
Okay, sorry about this.
Coming.
There we go. It is raining outside, apologies. Okay. Connecting. There we go. But what if we knew it was coming? Right, back to it.
How would we prepare for the unimaginable?
Apologies for that. And now you better load this advert so I can skip. See, I've done the loading buffer in there that time. You ain't gonna let me skip, are you? Two adverts I couldn't skip. Moving now, Chapter 2, Moving Mountains.
In September 2022, NASA's DART satellites slammed into a tiny asteroid 11 million kilometers away.
Really? I didn't know about that.
The impact was a massive success, slowing the asteroid's orbit by 32 minutes. Both the Hubble and James Webb Space Telescopes snapped images of the resulting plume of debris. Photo evidence that we now have the power to save our planet from catastrophe. But not all space rocks are created equal. The tiny asteroid hit by NASA was only a fraction of the size of the Dinosaur-Killer. This asteroid was over 10 kilometers across.
That's massive.
Larger than Mount Everest. Deflecting a monster like this is a much bigger problem. Impacting them runs the risk of breaking the asteroid into smaller, equally deadly pieces. High explosives could still do the trick if detonated next to the asteroid, knocking it into a new orbit. But more surgical methods might be a safer bet.
Yeah, laser cutting.
Some have proposed using lasers to push an object into a new trajectory and out of harm's way. Others have suggested attaching large solar sails to drag the asteroid into a different orbit. Thankfully, astronomers have now mapped all asteroids larger than 1 kilometer inside our solar system, and none appear poised to hit Earth anytime soon.
Okay.
And anything coming from the asteroid belt would give us years to prepare a defense. But what if we missed one? We have no catalog of large asteroids that could come from outside the solar system. They could arrive suddenly at high speeds with very little warning.
Yeah, I was going to say without warning.
Whether we had a few months or many years to prepare a deflection mission, we would need a backup plan.
Chapter 3, the grand plan, so living underground.
Our first move would be to evacuate the Yucatan Peninsula and surrounding areas, sparing millions of lives from the blast.
And then we would need water.
We could then build a series of self-sustaining armored habitats, built to withstand raining meteorites and severe earthquakes.
Armored habitats.
Mine shafts and deep caves could be repurposed into underground cities, powered by nuclear reactors, sustaining vertical farms. Places like Iceland could provide abundant geothermal heat,
True.
a renewable energy source not dependent on the sun, which could supply power until sunlight returned.
15 years though, long time.
There are over 20,000 kilometers of subway tunnels around the world. These could be transformed into a network of tunnel cities that could theoretically house over 1 billion people. A trove of seeds, livestock, data, and natural resources would be critical to preserve.
For survival.
Fortified vaults could be placed around the world, patiently guarding their treasures, awaiting the uncertain return of their creators. But the most important resource to save would be water.
Water.
To preserve it from acid rain contamination, deep water silos could be dug to house vast reservoirs lined with acid-resistant materials,
and cover it, conceal it,
then sealed to protect from the elements. To grow ample food with limited resources, humans could turn to a strange new type of agriculture: algae farming.
Algae farming.
While not exactly appetizing, algae would be the ideal emergency food source. It's highly efficient, can thrive in low-light conditions, and can be farmed vertically with minimal land usage. With multiple years to prepare,
4 years.
there would be one last Hail Mary solution to try: to leave Earth behind. From a small colony on the moon,
Hold them!
Hopefully I can skip this one. There we go.
a chosen
Come on now. Just let it buffer a second. It's really interesting, this documentary. I love how they put it together in like chapters.
If you could watch disaster strike from a safe distance, unsure if they would ever return.
What a sight that would be from the moon. With enough foresight, humanity could save billions of lives, virtually guarantee our long-term survival. It'd be 15 years after the asteroid hit. When the time came to re-emerge, we would come prepared. With genetic and geoengineering efforts, we could dramatically accelerate the regrowth of the planet. Just like our mammal ancestors who would cling on, clearing the path for an important new age on Earth. I just realised the volume, sorry. That was a good shot. Compared to rogue giant asteroids, humans today face a much greater threat. Misinformation and the breakdown of social trust.
In 2018, a former NASA engineer grew concerned about information overload and distortions in the information landscape. So she founded Ground News, a platform that gathers related articles from around the world in one place, so readers can compare coverage with context about the source of the information. The Blind Spot feed puts a spotlight on stories that are disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum, giving readers information that could expand their worldview and help them understand someone else's media reality. The platform empowers readers to think critically about the information we consume and take control over our relationship to the news and to each other.
Very well put together documentary. Well done, Melody Sheep. Okay, cool. Let's give that a thumbs up, obviously. Already subscribed to the channel with the bell on. Let's just grab a few thumbnails quickly. Ooh. And thumbnail. Okay, and thumbnail. And then the one near the end, or the moon shot. Okay, and thumbnail. Alright, hope you all enjoyed the video for Could Humans Survive the Dinosaur-Killing Asteroid featuring @Lemino. Hope you enjoyed my reactions. If you like what you see, consider subscribing, turn on that notification bell, hit that thumbs up button. Helps out the channel, helps me out as well, lets YouTube know that you like this content. And yeah, until next time, which will be tomorrow for Friday, for Friday reactions or Freaky Friday. I am your host, Peter Reacts, signing out for now. Bye bye and take care.